Happening now, Attorney General Letitia James and a multi-state coalition support revised federal merger guidelines. And Governor Kathy Hochul discusses work permits on Morning Joe. Plus, a New Jersey senator and his wife have been indicted on bribery charges.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us at Western New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, on September 21st, 2023, an 18-year-old resident of Salamanca, New York was apprehended on charges of criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 7th degree and criminal possession of a weapon in the 4th degree during a routine traffic stop in Little Valley, New York. At around 12:36 a.m. on September 21st, 2023, Kayla M. Green, age 18, was arrested on charges of criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 7th degree and criminal possession of a weapon in the 4th degree in Little Valley, New York. Law enforcement officers conducted a traffic stop in the town of Little Valley and allegedly discovered both the controlled substance and the weapon in Green's possession. Following her arrest, Green was taken to the Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office for processing. Subsequently, she was released on an appearance ticket in the town of Little Valley Court at a later date. Well, in other news, a Conowongo, New York man was arrested in connection with an alleged menacing incident that occurred at 66 Main Street in Randolph, New York, 14772. Kevin K. Arguelles, age 38, from Conowongo, New York, was taken into custody by the Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office on September 17, 2023. This arrest came in the wake of an ongoing investigation into a menacing incident that unfolded at 66 Main Street in Randolph, New York. The incident reportedly transpired on September 4, 2023 at around 11:10 a.m. While further details regarding the specifics of the incident have not been disclosed in the provided information, Mr. Arguelles was processed by the authorities and subsequently released with an appearance ticket. He is slated to appear in the town of Randolph Court on a future date. Well, in other news, in a recent domestic incident, a Lakewood man has been arrested in connection with a case of criminal obstruction of breathing or blood circulation. In the early hours of September 25, 2023, at approximately 12:15 a.m., authorities in Lakewood responded to a domestic incident involving Brooke A. Patterson. Born on September 14, 1985, Patterson has been charged with allegations of criminal obstruction of breathing or blood circulation. The town of Bust Dyke Court has taken jurisdiction over the case, and Brooke A. Patterson has been issued an appearance ticket. Well, in other news, the Jamestown Police Department has released its weekly crime statistics offering insights into the city's law enforcement activities. The Jamestown Police Department's latest report reveals an overview of law enforcement activities in the city during the week of September 10th to September 16, 2023. Notably, there were 838 total incidents reported during this period, with some fluctuations in specific categories compared to the previous week. The top 10 calls for service are as follows. Check for well-being was 49 incidents, domestic dispute was 46 incidents, suspicious situation was 32 incidents, disorderly person was 25 incidents, animal complaint was 24 incidents, harassment was 145 incidents, larceny was 24 incidents, noise complaint was 20 incidents, alarm was 19 incidents, unwanted person was 16 incidents. The report indicates a 7.5% decrease in total incidents compared to the previous 7 days. Additionally, the police handled 24 motor vehicle accidents, issued 90 traffic stops, and 50 VT, which stands for Vehicle and Traffic, tickets. There were also 11 drug-related cases and 5 overdose cases reported. The data shows 7 individuals booked on charges during this period. The year-to-date statistics include 1,739 case offenses and 1,578 arrests made by the Jamestown Police Department in 2023. These figures offer a snapshot of law enforcement activities in Jamestown, providing valuable information for both the community and the police department. As WNY News Now continues, Attorney General Letitia James and a multi-state coalition support revised federal merger guidelines. And later, Governor Kathy Hochul discusses work permits on Morning Joe. Stay with us as WNY News Now will be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
New York Attorney General Letitia James, along with a multi-state coalition comprising 17 states and territories, have submitted comments in favor of proposed revisions to the merger guidelines issued by the U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ, and the Federal Trade Commission, FTC. These guidelines serve as a benchmark for determining the legality of corporate mergers in the context of antitrust laws. The coalition argues that these revised guidelines will play a pivotal role in safeguarding the interests of consumers and workers by preventing excessive corporate power. Attorney General James emphasized the need to address the increasing concentration of companies, which has limited choices for consumers and employees alike. The merger guidelines not only guide federal and state enforcers, but also serve as persuasive references in merger law litigation. States like New York have a strong track record in merger enforcement, either collaborating with federal authorities or acting independently. In their comments, the coalition highlights the importance of updating the guidelines to reflect the dynamics of the modern economy, particularly in regulating digital platform mergers. The revisions aim to revitalize merger enforcement while adhering to long-standing congressional mandates to preserve competition. The coalition's first set of comments supports the broader classification of mergers as presumptively anti-competitive and emphasizes raising the standards of proof for defenses raised by merging parties. They also recommend clarifying specific sections in the guidelines for better comprehension. The second set of comments backs the DOJ and FTC's acknowledgement that antitrust laws protect labor markets, which will help preserve worker wages, especially in concentrated industries like healthcare. They also endorse guidelines that examine not only merging firms' influences on wages, but also their impact on worker benefits and conditions. The coalition consists of attorney generals from Arizona, California, Connecticut, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, of course, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Washington, Wisconsin, the District of Columbia, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Additionally, attorneys general from Delaware, Hawaii, Minnesota, and Rhode Island have lent their support to the revised guidelines. Well, in other news, on Friday, September 22, 2023, Governor Kathy Hochul joined MSNBC's Morning Joe to discuss the asylum seeker crisis in New York State and the recent issuance of work permits for nearly 500,000 Venezuelan nationals. Willie Geist, the host, questioned Governor Hochul about the significance of these work permits and their impact on the state. Governor Hochul emphasized that the issuance of work permits was a long-awaited solution to a complex problem. She had been advocating for this change since the summer of 2022 in collaboration with various Democratic officials, including New York City Mayor Eric Adams, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. The aim is to allow asylum seekers to support themselves and alleviate the burden on taxpaying funded shelters while addressing a worker shortage crisis in New York. However, Governor Hochul stressed the importance of ensuring that this move does not encourage more individuals to seek asylum in New York, as shelter capacities are already stretched. She called for comprehensive immigration reform, including stronger border enforcement and cooperation between Democrats and Republicans in Washington. The discussion also touched on the challenges of accommodating migrant children in New York's school systems, with Governor Hochul commending the efforts of educators and administrators while acknowledging the strain on resources. Well, in other news, the Department of Veterans Affairs, the VA, reports strides in its mission to house homeless veterans and address mental health concerns, with an emphasis on suicide prevention. Housing for veterans extends beyond mere shelter. It is a stepping stone towards rebuilding their lives. Veterans with stable housing have a better chance at securing employment, accessing health care, and achieving personal growth. The VA has recently declared progress in the commitment to ending veteran homelessness. By July 2023, they had housed 26,470 homeless veterans and are on track to exceed their 2023 goal of 38,000 housed veterans. Over $1 billion in grants have been allocated to community organizations supporting the homeless and at-risk veterans. The VA employs an evidence-based housing-first approach, prioritizing housing access and support, including legal aid, health care, job training, and more. However, amid these successes, the VA acknowledges the grave issue of veteran suicide during September, Suicide Prevention Month. High rates of mental health diagnoses such as PTSD and substance use disorders, along with psychosocial stressors like housing instability, contribute to this challenge. To aid veterans, you can go to va.gov/reach, which provides a self-assessment tool and resources tailored to their needs. The VA encourages veterans to seek help and assures them that resources and support are available. For veterans in crisis or those concerned about them, the Veterans Crisis Line offers 24/7 confidential support accessible at 988 press 1. You also can go to www.veteranscrisisline.net or by texting 838-255. Well, coming up next, a New Jersey senator and his wife have been indicted on bribery charges. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and every day. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. Let's take a look at some of the weather headlines for the week ahead. Well, it's going to be another quiet, boring weather week. There's not much to talk about. Daily highs throughout this week will range from the mid to upper 60s to the lower 70s, and overnight lows will generally be in the 40s across inland locations to the mid to upper 50s near the immediate Lake Erie shoreline. So while it will be dry, there will be some limited chances for a few showers, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. But the dry weather looks to continue even into the first week of October, as the NOAA 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook continues to favor below average in terms of precipitation across the Northeast and the Great Lakes region. And last week's drought monitor update has placed parts of the region in abnormally dry conditions, and with very little rain in the forecast, it doesn't look like that will be improving anytime soon. The almanac for today, we made it to a high of 59 degrees yesterday in the city, so that's about 10 degrees below where our average should be. Our average should be about 69 degrees, and our low for the day yesterday was 54. The records for today, 90, set back only a few years ago in 2017, the record low of 26, set back in 1974. So let's time out future scan through the rest of the evening and over the next 48 hours. Overnight tonight, a system will bypass us to the south. That might bring in some showers across the region, especially across the southern tier. Now, personally, I think future scan might be overdoing it on the coverage of showers tonight. I don't think it's going to be as widespread as what future scan is showing, but we still might see a few showers through the overnight period tonight and into the early morning hours tomorrow. And after some clouds and a couple of showers early tomorrow morning, we should break out into some partly sunny skies for the rest of the afternoon, and then partly cloudy skies looks like overnight Tuesday and into Wednesday. Wednesday should be another dry day with partly sunny skies. So here's your forecast for tonight. Mostly cloudy skies, a few isolated showers possible. Overnight lows will range from the lower 50s across inland locations. Some areas might make it into the upper 40s to the mid to upper 50s near the immediate Lake Erie shoreline. Your forecast for your Tuesday out there, after some early morning clouds and a couple of showers, you again will break out into partly sunny skies to the rest of the afternoon. Highs tomorrow range from the mid to upper 60s. And on that 7-day forecast, powered by Ultimate Solutions. So as I said, a dry week, a boring week, a seasonable week is in store with partly sunny skies each day. Temperatures will range from the mid to upper 60s to the lower 70s, and those dry conditions continue even into the weekend, although we will make make it a little bit warmer by the weekend with highs in the lower 70s.
Andrew, thank you. Well, Democratic Senator Bob Menendez, chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, along with his wife and 3 businessmen, have been charged with bribery, corruption, and conspiracy in a complex case involving gifts and political favors. Senator Bob Menendez, a key figure in New Jersey's political landscape and the Democratic chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, is facing serious charges of bribery and corruption. The indictment alleges that Menendez accepted bribes, including a luxury car, expensive exercise machines, mortgage payments, gold bullion, and over $500,000 in cash. In exchange, he is accused of using his political influence to benefit New Jersey businessmen and increase U.S. assistance to Egypt. The indictment also implicates Mr. Menendez's wife, Nadine Menendez, and 3 businessmen: Fred Dabes, a prominent New Jersey builder; Wael Hanna, the founder of a halal meat certification company; and Jose Uribe, a former insurance agent. All 5 defendants face charges of conspiracy to commit bribery and conspiracy to commit honest services fraud. The senator and his wife are additionally charged with conspiracy to commit extortion under the color of the official right. This isn't Senator Menendez's first brush with legal troubles either. In 2015, he was indicted alongside Salomon Meljan, a Florida ophthalmologist, on charges related to a bribery scheme. Menendez has denied the current allegations and has resisted calls for his resignation amid the charges. Well, coming up next, the Bust-I Bicentennial celebration commenced with a 4-day extravaganza.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
Hi everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
The Bust-I Bicentennial celebration in 2023 was a memorable event that took place over 4 days, starting on September 21st and concluding on September 24th. Here's a recap of the highlights. On Thursday, September 21st, 2023, the festivities began at 3 p.m. with a DJ from Good Life Entertainment setting a lively atmosphere with music. Local band Happy Days took the stage at 6 p.m., entertaining the crowd with their performance. Amusement rides operated from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m., providing fun for attendees. On Friday, September 22nd, 2023, DJ Campbell Dawson kept the energy going and Smokin' 45 performed, adding to the excitement of the celebration. Throughout the event, carnival rides by main event amusements were available, offering both pay one price and per ride ticket options. On Saturday, September 23rd, 2023, the day marked the beginning of the Bust-I Apple Harvest Festival. The festivities kicked off with the Bust-I Bicentennial Parade, which featured various attractions, including bagpipes, the Southwestern Central School Band, and fire trucks. Amusement rides continued, and live music was enjoyed throughout the day. The celebration reached its climax with a spectacular fireworks display, creating a memorable night for all. And then finally, on Sunday, September 24, 2023, the celebration concluded on a spiritual note with a community church service at 9 a.m., bringing the community together in worship. The day was filled with more amusement rides, delicious food, and beverages, allowing attendees to savor the last moments of the celebration. Despite some drizzle, the community spirit remained high, and the weather did not dampen the overall enjoyment of the event. The Bust-I Bicentennial celebration of 2023 was a successful and vibrant event that brought the community together for 4 days of fun, entertainment, and togetherness, celebrating Bust-I's rich history and community spirit. Well, that's going to be it for us today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and in the Google Play Store. We're also on Channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. Thank you for watching.